ScoreNorth.com.
We've looked at scenarios on if a specific player was falling in the top 10. Do we go up and get that player? Rob Brzezinski and Ryan Munnins will be handling the trades this year. And so we're going through what the potential cost of that would be. We're also looking at if we are at 14 and if the board there, we have 2 or 3 players that are still, we think can get, like we've done in the past, trading back, picking up some more draft capital.
That's kind of an interesting nugget there. Judd, from what you can tell, having covered the Vikings for a long, long time, Rick handing the trades on draft night off to Rob Brzezinski and other front office assistants, is that a new thing? Is this like handing off the play calling?
No. What he means is they take the phone calls, and so they've got like a trade phone, and so they get calls on the trade phone.
Dude, I gave you my bat. I gave Declan my bat phone. Why don't we just bring that into the studio?
That can be the trade phone. That can be the trade. Yeah, that's the trade phone. Okay. So the trade phone gets the call, ring, ring. Brzezinski or Ryan pick up and then pass on the information. So that's basically what the trade phone is.
Wouldn't it be more efficient if they were just like texting each other or on Slack? I feel like they should all just be on Slack. Wouldn't that be easier? Judd has no idea what Slack is, does he?
I know what Slack is, but I have no clue if there's concern about privacy there. I don't know.
Oh my God, we got third phone call over here. Hey, now see?
It's the media going to the old phone booths where they all fall down.
It's like the movie Airplane where they all sprint to the phone booth.
They go, extra, read all about it. Vikings make huge trade.
So this is Purple Daily Vikings entertainment as part of the Score North network of podcasts. You can also find Mackie and Judd every day wherever you find podcasts. We have 2 YouTube channels, Purple Daily YouTube and Score North YouTube, and we will be live on Purple Daily YouTube throughout the first round of the NFL Draft. At least you guys will. I mean, I'm getting my second Pfizer shot here in a few hours.
Oh, you'll be fine by then.
I might be dead, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's not going to kill you.
I'll tell you, if they...
Andrelton Simmons, don't worry about it.
If they reach for a cornerback, I don't care what my temperature is. I will be Undertaker sitting up to jump on that live stream. So, boys, today we've got more mockage to get to, and we've got Write That Down predictions, which we'll get to in a second too. But Purple Daily is presented by our friends at TCL TVs. Enjoy more of what you love at TCL. And also, if the draft goes south for some of these general managers, they're going to have a lot more time on their hands to swing the golf clubs in about 9 to 12 months, which is where we recommend PXG Minneapolis, a golfer's paradise with some of the best clubs you're going to find on the market. The Gen 4 clubs are here, which are the best clubs PXG has ever made, which is saying something. They make really good clubs. And there's some spring and summer apparel that you should check out as well at PXG Minneapolis if you just want to look the part. If you're a bad golfer, but you love to look like a good golfer, PXG's got you covered there too. PXG Minneapolis in Southdale Center, and find out more at pxg.com/Minneapolis. All right, let's get to the Write That Down session, Dex.
Most make predictions and then never admit they're wrong. Yeah, that's not Mackie and Judd. This is the place where we just totally own our horrible predictions.
Write this down.
And eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Write that down.
It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackie and Judd.
All right. Draft week. We're 1 day away from the draft. A bunch of draft-related predictions from the last several months are on the board, and they're all going to come off in the next few days here, boys. We're going to get our guest listener predictor in this week. It's Mike, and we'll dive into the predictions in a second, but here's how it works every week. We're the only show in America on Purple Daily and on Mackie and Judd that actually keeps track of our predictions and holds each other accountable. On this show, it's 3 Vikings or football-related predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. We keep track of completion percentage and touchdowns. And if you want to be part of the show, you can send a direct message to either me at Phil Mackey or Declan on Instagram or Twitter. Declan is Dex's Tweets on Twitter and _Dexter on Instagram. So Judd's been leading the way in completion percentage and in batting average on Mackie and Judd throughout the entire season. What's the pressure like, Judd, trying to maintain these leads and stay on top of the mountain?
No pressure, day to day. Day to day. We take it day by day. There is no pressure. You know what? Pressure created by other people. We tune that out in our house. We only deal with the people that live there, and that is my write that down predictions.
Wow.
How's that for cliches?
Eloquently said right there.
How's that for cliches?
What percentage do you give each week with your predictions? Is it 100% or more or less?
110%, and I never think about previous predictions or predictions to come. I am always hyper-focused on that week's predictions. On to write that down. That's what I want to tell you right now. On to this week's write that down.
So let's start with Judd here. We had a few things come off the board, and there's some things that are sort of like pre-draft things that we're going to take off the board here. Just a heads up for the audience that if something were to change on that front in the next 24 hours, we can go back and change these. But Judd said at least one Vikings regular starter or primary backup will change his jersey number before this coming season. Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
Number 7,
Patrick
LSU.
Peterson. He counts. He counts. Going back to the single digits. I said the Vikings would sign a left tackle before the draft. Probably not going to. I mean, they might.
Oh, so we
sign
both
a
said
tackle,
that at different times.
Well, if you remember, you were plugged in and reporting things around Vikings free agency.
And sometimes they fall apart.
You came out with a prediction on Mackey and Judd that was the Vikings will sign a left tackle before the draft, and I thought that there was some more information behind that prediction, and I wanted to take advantage. If you're going to get the information, then I'm going to get it too. I'm going to take advantage.
So we both got screwed because it didn't happen.
So you were wrong, which means I'm wrong.
Okay.
So we're both wrong. Listeners had nothing come off the board. Declan said between now and the NFL draft, the Vikings will sign a guard to a reported 3-year contract.
Well, I mean, we got like 18 hours, right? I mean, it could still happen, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The trade for Mason Storm doesn't count.
Oh, dang it. Whoops.
I'll take you to the bank, Mr. Commissioner.
The blood bank.
The blood bank.
Want to shot the title?
I love that scene. Great scene.
Judd's at 50% completions, no touchdowns. Declan's at 29% completions, no touchdowns. Very Blaine Gabbert-like. I'm at 26%, 3 touchdowns. Chad Pennington was a high completion percentage guy.
I like Chad Pennington.
I love me some Chad Pennington.
Oh, just short passes.
Yeah.
No arm.
10-yard out all day. That's going to be me.
And then the listeners are
actually, it's not so far.
The listeners are at 9%, no touchdowns. Yeah, you have a low completion percentage and no touchdowns.
I'll be Chad Pennington by the end of this show. Don't worry about it.
All right, Donovan McNabb as a Viking. That's who you are right now. McNabb as a Viking. Just get fat and you'll be perfect.
Ground balls and trips to Arby's, basically.
You remember those footballs hitting in front of Asante Shanko?
So bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yep. Donovan enjoyed his time in Mankato for 2 weeks, though. He hit all of the restaurants.
We're coming. Arby's, we're coming.
All right, let's get our guy in here. Guest listener predictor Mike is on the show with us this week. Mike, what's going on with you, man? Are you pumped to help raise the listener completion percentage?
Yeah, I don't know about the completion percentage because I'm going to come in pretty hot here with some touchdown throws. So we'll see. There's obviously risk. I'm inspired by your guys' reckless speculation bits. So
love it. So
you're for it all here.
You're dropping back and you're just closing your eyes and throwing the ball down the field and hopefully someone runs underneath it. That's your strategy.
Think Jeff George in '99.
Love it.
I like it.
You were driving the football down that field come hell or high water, Mike. That's what
it's only going to receivers, tight ends block, running backs run, and I'm jacking it up for the big guys outside.
Love it. All right, so Mike is going to start us off here. We're going to make 3 trips around the room. It'll go Mike, Judd, Declan, back to me, Phil. The predictions must be quantifiable. Parlays are legal, whatever you want to do. Mike, start us off.
So this might qualify as a parlay. So I think Thursday, a chain of events unfolds where the top 3 tackles come off in the first 13, the pass catchers go, all the quarterbacks go. One of those receivers is going to end up at 14. At this point, the Baltimore Ravens, who with how competitive the AFC is, I think they're in more of a win now mode than people might be willing to admit. Mm-hmm. They are going to make a bold move to package 27 and 31 for 14 and 78.
Wow.
And with those 2 picks, we're going to take Dylan Radins, I believe that's how it's pronounced, from North Dakota State, And my guy, Kadarius lights out Tony with the 27 and 31.
Wow, this is an absolute
Very
Hail
specific.
Mary. It's what would really suck for you is if all these things happened and then like the second first round pick was somebody else and we'd have to buzz you on it. But I love the shot.
Write this down.
Down the field. There's
no fear. There is no fear in that prediction.
Mike
No,
is
I know you
stepping up
guys
in the
love ridiculous
pocket.
speculation, so I wanted to come in hot right off the bat.
Mike is stepping up in the pocket with confidence. He doesn't have those nervous feet and that nervous energy like our guy Kirk Cousins can have in prime time once in a
Happy
while.
feet.
All right.
No, he doesn't.
All right, over to Judd Zolgad.
Write that down.
Geez, I just have a normal prediction. This is no fun, but I think it might hit. Rick Spielman will acquire at least one seventh-round pick during this draft.
Okay.
The Vikings go into the draft
All
with
right,
10
check down,
picks,
Charlie.
none in the seventh round. Listen, Mike, you can come in hot. I am my arm's sore. It's tired. I don't trust my protection. I am earning my paycheck week to week, and I don't care how I do it. Rick Spielman will get a seventh-round pick.
This is the most conservative play call potentially in the short history of Purple Daily. Write that down. This is the end of the first half. Nothing to lose.
It's
Prevent
Cousins.
defense, and you have checked down to C.J. Ham without
what I
even
looked at?
progressing through your reads.
You know what I did?
That's
I
a
looked
draw to Madison.
I looked at my stats and I said, how can I improve those stats? And the team said, but don't you want to win? And I said, I want to improve my stats.
Listen, and you know what? And this is the difference between Judd with 50% completions and the listeners with 9%. The listeners are bringing more fun predictions to the table, but Judd is the surgical short passing specialist.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
I'm dumping those. It's a check down. I just checked it down.
Over to Declan.
All right, I have mostly a check down here as well. At least one team will trade up to the top 10 of the NFL draft. So of the top 10 right now, at least one team will move into the top 10 of the NFL draft.
Okay, you guys are playing the game.
Write that down.
Playing the game. All right, I'm going deep here. Not quite as deep as Mike here, but so I think the first 10 to 12 picks are going to be, whether it's because teams are trading up for quarterbacks or pass catchers, I think we're just going to see a ridiculous amount of offensive players go in the first 10 to 12 picks, which means when the Vikings pick comes around at 14, the value for them, instead of taking like the 13th offensive player off the board, the value for them might be to take a defensive player. So this might make people's heads explode, but I'm going to say the Vikings with their first round pick. Well, let me just say the Vikings with a first round pick, because I don't know how the first round is going to play out. But with a first-round pick, the Vikings will select Jalen Phillips, edge rusher. They're going to go high upside. I know Mike's head is about to explode here.
Yeah, Mike's not
on
going to
Purple
take this
Daily.
well.
But Mike Zimmer loves himself some high ceiling, get after the quarterback guys. And with the way the draft is going to play out, defense might be the value. Jalen Phillips might be Mike Zimmer's favorite edge rusher. Mike, go ahead. Let your head explode.
My issue really with Phillips is the medical scare the heck out of me. I actually think he's got a really high upside.
Yep.
And I just don't like edge at 14, period. But specifically with Phillips, I think he's the best edge in the draft. It's just concussions is a really scary thing. So
You can still rush the passer with scrambled eggs for brains, I think, for a couple
Zim will
of years.
just say play
I'm not
through it.
touching that.
I agree with you.
Write that down.
All right, back over to Mike, your second prediction.
Little more check downish on this one. Justin Jefferson in the 2021 NFL season will have less receiving yards than he had in the 2020 NFL season. And my
sophomore
logic there is, well, if you look at most of the top receivers in the leagues, back-to-back 1,400 yards is fairly unheard of. Like DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, they've never even done it. So pretty safe. I think his numbers come down. I think he still pushes all-pro level play, but I think his actual receiving yards come down by a couple hundred yards, 150 yards type of thing.
I think it's fair, and I mean the first handful of games when he really broke out, teams weren't paying him the attention that they were paying him later in the year and that they will pay him this year. I think the first couple months, first of all, he wasn't even doing anything in the first two games, and then he comes out of nowhere and breaks out. and teams still had Adam Thielen top of mind, Justin Jefferson will be the top of mind weapon to defend in 2021. So for that reason, I think you're probably on to something.
And after Tony takes a couple of jet sweeps for 30, 40 yards, they're going to marry themselves to that a bit. That's going to take some touches away from old JJ. So
give the ball more to Dalvin, damn it. Let's give it to Dalvin every single play.
400 touches. All right, Judd, your second prediction.
Todd McShay will mock a defensive player to the Vikings in his way too early 2022 mock draft next week. Todd McShay will mock in the first round a defensive player to the Vikings.
Todd McShay, nobody does the begrudging, like Todd McShay loves
Mitch
his
Leidner,
job,
baby.
but he hates doing the 2000, like the 1 year too early mock draft. All right, Declan, your second prediction.
All right, a little specific here. Mac Jones, Justin Fields, or Trey Lance will be on the board when it's the Vikings' turn to pick in the first round.
Okay.
And that is the prediction. I'm not going to say what happens there, but Mac Jones, Justin Fields, or Trey Lance will be on the board when it's the Vikings' turn to pick in the first round.
Okay, all right.
A lot of safety net here.
I'm going to follow Judd's lead here. I kind of love the Todd McShay thing, and you brought up that Mitch Leidner. When he did, it was like 6 years ago or whatever,
Dallas.
4 years ago. He had Mitch Leidner as a first-round pick to Dallas.
Yep.
Write this down. In Todd McShay's way too early 2022 mock draft, he'll have Tanner Morgan as a first-round quarterback.
Wow. Okay.
Tanner Morgan, at one point going into last season, was projected as a Heisman candidate and like one of the 5 or 6 best quarterbacks potentially for upcoming drafts. And so I'm going to say Tanner Morgan, he will look at Tanner Morgan and put him in the first round of next year's draft. All right. Back over to Mike, your third and final prediction, sir.
So this was not as aggressive as the first, but more aggressive than the second. By the end of the 2021 NFL season, Clint Kubiak will be considered a somewhat hot head coaching candidate. So I think it's quantifiable in the sense that will he get interviews? Is he in Rappaport and Schefter dropping his name as a guy that potentially could be a head coach?
So let's say the way we usually handle these are a credible outlet or reporter will have his name in the mix for head coaching jobs.
That's more than reasonable. I can go for that.
Yep. So like if Ian Rappaport tweets something out about him, or if he shows up in a Peter King article or something as a hot candidate, then you'll get that point for sure.
Yeah, like if something along the lines of it could be whatever team, but yeah, like by year's end, one of those significant media outlets will report him as a hot head coaching candidate.
So, Mike, you've got this platform here on Purple Daily, this life-changing moment for you on Write That Down. Is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that got you to this pinnacle point?
Just my football buddies, Jay Willie, Bankar, Scratch, Slobo, Dano. They know who they are. Nobody else knows these people, but, they keep me sharp.
Love it, man.
Mike, do you have a nickname among you? Like, you just dropped like 4 nicknames. What's your nickname among those friend groups?
MD.
MD. I like it.
I'm not actually a doctor. I know you guys were
but
thinking
Slobo, you said?
that line of work. But.
A Slobo? Slobo's good.
Yeah, Slobodian.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Mike's not a doctor, but he did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. So
he's a football. He's a football doctor.
He is.
He's a professional football doctor.
He's got a doctorate in what we call reckless speculation, I think.
Reckless.
Oh, I was hoping you guys would drop that.
Oh yeah.
Mike, thanks for coming on, man. We'll get you on again sometime, and good luck with your predictions. All right.
Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy your day.
All right,
enjoy the draft.
Stuff
Talk to you.
Listener Mike. We'll go back to Judd as we round out the final trip around the room here.
Okay, off Mike's prediction that Jefferson's stats would drop in 2021, I find that very interesting, and I actually think it's very possible that he's right. I also don't think that if his stats drop, it's going to be solely because of the focus on him. I think it'll be a combination of the focus on him and the hesitance of the quarterback possibly to throw to him, thereby leading to this. Write that down.
Wow, a lot of conspiracies here.
There will be a credible. That's me. There will be a credible report next season that Justin Jefferson isn't happy with his role in the Vikings offense.
Wow, dude.
Justin Jefferson will. There will be a credible report, but I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know if he'll say this firsthand or the agent will tell Schefter, because like the Zoom's really not the place to come out and say I don't like my role here. So, but there's going to be a credible report that to Mike's point, as Jefferson's stats drop and they're like, we got to hand the ball more to Dalvin now. Now let's throw the ball to this guy. Justin Jefferson will come out and say, you know what? I should be doing more.
To make it quantifiable really quick, do you have a timeline on this? Do you have a date?
No, during the course of during the course of the 2021 season. So
before they're done in the playoffs, if they go to the playoffs.
Yeah. Yes. So before they're done at some point in time during the course of the season.
I love how you have taken the one thing that all of us have agreed that is the best thing the Vikings have going, which is Justin Jefferson. Like, people debate the quarterback, people debate the coach, people debate Rick Spielman and whether they should be defense or offense, right? And whether they should pay Dalvin. The one thing we all agree on is how amazing Justin Jefferson is. And you have now dipped into the Justin Jefferson pool and you have soiled it.
Well, look at Stephon Diggs.
You have defecated in our Justin Jefferson joy, and you're gleeful. You're gleeful.
Well, no, I'm not gleeful. I'm just saying.
Always gleeful.
Stephon Diggs had the same thing happen. And you know what? He was damn good. And I think he was right. And Justin Jefferson is a smart guy. Right. He's going to have some time now in the league where I think he's going to come out and talk a little bit more. I could see him saying, you know what? I could be doing a lot more. I could be catching a lot more passes. At some point in time, seeing Dalvin Cook get the ball as much as Cook does would drive you crazy.
Mr. Drama here. All the media does is try and stir up drama.
I'm here for the drama. Are you kidding?
All right, back to Declan. Your final prediction here before the draft.
All right, my final one. The Vikings have 4 fourth-round picks, but they will only select 2 players in the 4th round.
Sure.
Okay. So they have 4 fourth-round picks in 2021. I'm saying they will only select 2 players in the 4th round.
Some trade chips sitting in there.
Maybe
a couple to move up in the second round.
Backloading, uploading.
It'll be absolutely key to acquiring at least 2, if not 3, 7th-round picks.
Yep, definitely have to. Yep, if you want to,
you got to go in the 7th round. You've been to that 7th round.
All right, write this down. All right, I actually have two on my board here, and one of them is a quarterback draft parlay. The other one is a Vikings meat. I'm going to go with the Vikings meat and potatoes one. I think it's more fun. Or actually, it's not more fun. It's my best chance to actually get a completion. It's been a while. All right, meat and potatoes. The Vikings will draft at least 4 linemen in the draft. So the Vikings will select at least 4 linemen in the draft. Could be offensive, could be defensive.
That's what I was going to. Okay, that's what I was going to ask you.
They will select.
Do you want to clarify positions?
They will be focused on the trenches to at least some extent, and they will select at least 4 linemen in this draft. And if they don't, it's malpractice. Like, they should take at least 4 linemen in this draft.
Okay,
we'll see.
I like it.
We'll see. So there we go. Write that down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
And write that down. Presented also in part by our friends at Federated. We've got that Bucky Brooks mock that we promised yesterday, and then Thor jumped in, and we got the Thor's mock. I don't want
fans were upset.
They've been clamoring for the Bucky Brooks mock. We don't want to disappoint you guys. And it's going to be presented by Federated, which Federated's been around for over 100 years, and they've been protecting business owners in and around the state of Minnesota. And they've been giving those business owners peace of mind, resources for risk management, and all kinds of different things that you can find at federatedinsurance.com. Check out the MyShield portal and just find out what Federated can do to maximize the success of your business. At Federated, it's our business to protect yours.
I want a mock!
All right, boys. I'm gonna pop this on the screen for the visual crew, and we're gonna go through Bucky Brooks 3.0 from NFL Network and NFL.com. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
It's Bucky Brooks.
Said, are you ready? Then, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching at home, let's get ready to mock it.
I totally listened to Triple H's "I Am the Game" song going into work today after my 11-hour slumber of NyQuil. That totally did
just
happen.
on loop. It's all about the game and how you play it. All right. So
tomorrow too.
With the first overall pick, Bucky Brooks has Trevor Lawrence going to the Jaguars as usual. Zach Wilson going to the Jets. Then he has Trey Lance going to the San Francisco 49ers.
I believe that's write that down. I think I said Trey Lance to San Francisco,
That Bucky Brooks in his 3.0 would have Trey Lance going to the
Niners. No, the Trey Lance would go that the whole Mac the Knife thing's a bunch of crap.
And then Kyle Pitts to the Falcons. That seems to be the popular mock in this.
Now, Kyle Pitts did come out yesterday and say that he believes the first 4 picks will all be quarterbacks.
So even he's throwing smoke screens out.
Which might lead you to say Kyle Pitts has been told he's not going to be taken by the Falcons, or Phil Mackey's right, and even he is lying, even at a young age.
Smoke screens. Okay, Penei Sewell going to the Bengals at 5. Yep. Jamar Chase to the Dolphins. Micah Parsons to the Lions at 7. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I've seen that more than a couple times. Rashawn Slater to the Panthers at 8. J.C. Horn to the Broncos at 9.
Okay.
Vic Fangio. And then Patrick Surtain to the Cowboys is the most often mocked.
Yes,
once you get past the first 2 picks, it's most often mocked.
It's almost too mocked.
It's pretty aggressively mocked.
I'm beginning to think it's not going to happen because everybody thinks it's going to happen.
Yeah. Jalen Waddle to the New York Giants at 11. So a lot of possibilities here. Justin Fields still sitting on the board.
Yeah,
Eagles taking Devontae Smith. Kwity Paye falling to the Chargers. Okay, if the draft plays out like this.
Oh my God. Kwity. Okay.
You run to the window to draft Justin Fields, right?
And the Chargers just made a massive mistake. There is no way that Kwity Paye should be the 13th pick.
They would probably trade back here, I would think, right?
Somebody comes up and gets a quarterback. Yes, absolutely. But anyway,
because Mac Jones still sitting out there. Wow, they got the Vikings.
Okay, all right. Boo! You guys suck!
Elijah Vera Tucker. This is the 8th time that we've seen Elijah Vera Tucker mocked to the Vikings in the mocks that we have rounded up. The versatile USC product shores up a big weakness for the Vikings as an athletic interior blocker with the ability to play tackle if needed.
I want a mock!
Just to scroll down and see. So Justin Fields then falls to the Patriots.
Of course. Mac Jones still there, right?
I'm still searching for Mac Jones. He falls to Washington.
Washington, which would take a quarterback.
19.
But don't come up and get a quarterback. Okay.
Darisaw falling to the Bears at 20. So, all right, if this happens and you got 2 of these quarterbacks on the board, I get that he's not doing trades in this mock, but if Fields and Mac Jones are both sitting there at 14, you either take Fields or you trade back, right? There's no way you would just stay in your slot at this point.
No, you move back.
Yeah, you move back.
I feel like we need to have the Reckless Speculation Committee meet for mock drafts next year, provided that we're here and doing this, and discuss whether we should show mock drafts that don't have trades. I think it's reckless now not to make trades.
It's cowardly, really. It's cowardly. That's right, Bucky Brooks. I respect your work. I'm calling you a coward right now. I'm calling you a coward.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got... So, I don't agree that the quarterbacks will fall like he has. But you know what? It's his mock. Cool, Bucky. That's fine. It's your mock.
It might be his mock, but he's mocking for the people, okay? But the people should demand.
But this is what I'm saying. But if you think the quarterbacks are going to drop, then you got to make trades. Like there's his mock draft to me. It's 2021, man. We've been to the moon. We've been to the moon. We got space shuttles.
We've been to the moon.
I think we're going to Mars like a lot these days to take pictures. You got to put trades in your mock.
I mean, we're not sending people to Mars yet. I think it's just
robots. But we're taking pictures with robotic cameras. My point is we got HD TV. Like we got microwaves that are the greatest.
We've got good microwaves.
Got toaster ovens.
You should be including trades in your
ovens. Why don't you include a damn trade in your mock?
Before we go, do you guys want one more? Do you guys want one more mock here? This is the last time we're going to be able to do these, really, until the 2022 mocks come out on Monday.
No, I was going to say we'll have Nick Shea's mock on Monday morning. What are you talking about?
All right, let's run it again.
I want a mock. Mock. I want to
All right, boys. What we have here is the final mock from YahooSports.com. Okay, you saw the 5 and 6 right there.
That's nice.
So you can see this, and we'll give you the play-by-play of it for the podcast audience. The Jacksonville Jaguars taking Trevor Lawrence number 1, Zach Wilson to the Jets at 2, Mac Jones to the Niners at 3, Kyle Pitts to the Falcons at 4, Jamar Chase to the Bengals, Jalen Waddle to the Dolphins, Micah Parsons to the Lions at 7.
That's the second consecutive one, right?
Well, they're going to make us click a story continues link there. Awfully shady. Carolina Panthers taking Penei Sewell at 8, so he falls all the way to 8.
Okay.
Trey Lance to the Broncos at 9.
Yes, that would happen. Yes.
Patrick Surtain to the Cowboys at 10.
Come on, someone.
Okay.
Change it up.
Giants take J.C. Horn at 11. Eagles take Devontae Smith at 12. Rashawn Slater to the Chargers at 13.
Yeah.
Did I miss something? Justin Fields is still on the board again here with this mock.
And wait, I'm going to make a prediction. He ends up going to the Patriots at 15.
And the Vikings take...
I've not seen this.
I'll say Elijah Vera Tucker. Yeah. I'll say they take... There it is, Jalen Phillips.
Yep. All right.
Daniil Hunter
and then Justin Fields goes to the Patriots.
Wow, look at these guys.
Daniil Hunter doesn't have a new contract or a running mate. Phillips could solve issue number 2 if Mike Zimmer is convinced he can stay dialed in. Do all of these mock drafts legitimately think the Patriots can just sit there at 15 and get Justin Fields in their lap? Zero chance. They'd have to trade up.
Yes. That's what yeah, exactly. Again, you don't do the trades. I don't take you seriously anymore.
Oh, I just want to see if Rashad Bateman goes anywhere in here.
Darcel fell.
Yeah. No Rashad Bateman in the first round. Interesting. Rashad Bateman falling into this. Oh, there he is. 31.
Nope, 31.
That'd be a great pick by the Ravens, actually. Rashad Bateman playing with.
Who are the Packers
Lamar
taking?
Jackson.
Phil? Oh,
I closed it out. Sorry about that.
I was curious who the Packers take because Bateman to the Packers, I think it's a great pick.
Yeah,
I think it's a great pick by them, and it probably fits perfectly right now.
Wow. So
trades.
Man,
I want trades.
A lot of mocks with Fields falling to the Vikings. You pull the trigger. Draft. If he falls, it's an omen. It's a sign.
If he falls, he falls. That would go with there.
I see what you're doing there. A little Rocky 4.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, boys. This is it. One more sleep. One more sleep.
Well, you got to get a shot.
Yeah,
you got the shot coming.
I've got my death.
Have that sleeve rolled up, man. They want that sleeve rolled up right away too. Get that sucker up there.
I'm excited. All right, boys. All right, enjoy your last sleep, and we'll do this live tomorrow. We'll have a morning.
Do you know something that we don't know? Our last sleep? Oh, our last sleep before the draft.
No, your last sleep ever is all good. Sleep with one eye open.
Don't say that. I'm 51. It's very concerning.
We will most likely do some sort of because I'm assuming we're going to get Godfather, Toddfather mocks tomorrow morning. So it'd be fun to do a little mock roundup early. If I'm alive, I'll join.
Sweating.
Otherwise,
you'll be sweating.
Sweat coming down.
So all right, that's a wrap.
13.
Listen, if Fields falls to 14 and the Vikings pass on him, if I have a 105 fever and I'm in the ICU, I am rising up from my casket to deliver takes on that.
Mr. Mackey, they didn't take Fields. What? They didn't take him. Okay, I got a hot take.
All right, we'll see you guys next time here on Purple Daily. Daily Vikings Entertainment.